We are currently recruiting safety camera enforcement officers who will go out and operate in the vans, and traffic bureau support officers who will help process and administer offences. As a serving police officer for over 33 years, I myself have seen the devastation that excessive speed and bad driving can cause on our roads. North Yorkshire never had any safety cameras up until 2011, and the Chief Constable at that time thought it would be a good idea to try a pilot scheme to see what effect cameras would have. After an 18-month pilot, there was significant reduction in injury collisions where speed had been contributory. As a result of that, the pilot was extended and further vans were brought into operation. And now the Traffic Bureau has a number of personnel that work in the department that service the safety cameras that we have in operation and traffic offence reports submitted by officers. All our deployments are intelligence driven, be it the fact it might be a route where there have been killed or seriously injured people, or it's a community generated complaint where we've done some analysis, checked the road speeds and found them to be too high. The safety camera officers themselves, they will go out on the 6,000 miles that North Yorkshire currently polices, and they will enforce the traffic laws as they see them there. That's not just speed, that's antisocial use of mobile phones, no seatbelt, etc.
So now we're powered up, the screens come live, the cameras are live, and we've got 360 degrees of coverage on this vehicle. It's important that we log everything we do at every stage. This is our enforcement log. This is an evidential document. Again, date, what vehicle I was in, what camera I was using, where I was using it, and what time I was using it from. We're out here for 6-8 hours a day, moving from site to site. I've got to watch that traffic, I've got to watch those drivers, and I look through the sight. I target that vehicle that I believe is travelling in excess of the speed limit. This vehicle that's coming up now is not travelling in excess of the speed limit, but I can target it, take a shot and see that he's travelling at 35 miles per hour. So, in a nutshell, our job out here at the roadside is to gather the evidence of the offences. They're stored on the card and then we take them back to the office, and it's there that we process those offences and take them further when necessary.
The support staff role has many tasks attached to it, from validating the offences by looking at vehicle registrations and checking them on the computer, to responding to all the documentation that comes in and ensure that all the processes are accurate right up to the court stage.
So I'm a Traffic Bureau Support Officer, and we deal with the validation of the offences identified by safety camera enforcers. So once all the offences come off the discs onto the system, they're all here for me to see. Each offence, for example this one, has about 4 photos of that vehicle at different distances away from the camera, and there's also a 5-ish second video which we can stop, pause, rewind, just to make sure that we get that registration plate absolutely spot on. We then do a police national computer check, which brings us that vehicle's registered keeper details directly from DVLA, which we check over and then before accepting that offence.
Once the information comes in from the validating area, it comes into a print server and then print it off and put it into the machine. Once they get franked, they get put in the post boxes and it gets sent out to the registered keepers.
My duty is to deal with all the notices that have come in through the post. Sometimes when these come in, people might say it's somebody else, so then we would put them details in and then send a notice out to the next person for them to fill in and admit the offence. As the department is expanding, there's more duties, so you could be doing a different duty every day, which mixes it up and makes the job more interesting.
The ideal person would be somebody who can work independently but still be a member of the team. They're flexible in the work environment, they're hard-working, they're honest, and they act with integrity. Obviously, any camera knowledge is useful, but we do provide full accredited training. I am aware that there are a number of people who think speed enforcement is nothing more than a cash-raising revenue operation. Let me assure you, our main role is casualty reduction and reducing the number of people killed or seriously injured on our roads and where speed has been contributing to those crashes. This is an ideal opportunity to contribute to North Yorkshire Police's road safety programme. You can make a difference and you can support casualty reduction and stop people being killed and seriously injured on the roads of the county.